Y'all already know what this is. Trehunna from Physique Reset, and today we're going to give you the tips on how to lose fat as fast as possible.
Hey guys,
My name is Michelle.
Anita, Sarah, Julia, Peyton, Talia, Jazz,
Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product.
Period. You love to see.
A lot of people know how to lose weight, but a lot of people don't understand how weight loss actually happens. So what I'm going to teach you is the exact way how the human physiology starts to even burn fat. That way you can start incorporating this into your regimen so you can hit your goal weight a lot faster than other people. First things first, you already know in order for your body to burn any type of body fat, your body needs to be in a caloric deficit. But because you are eating properly and because you're working out, there is multiple ways that you can create this deficit. Once again, a lot of people know how to create a deficit through working out, but a lot of people do not understand the most effective way is to do it via nutrition. In order for your body to even start burning body fat, what your body needs to do is have a signal or a stimulus, a hormone to be released. Now, when a lot of people try to lose fat, they're really talking about subcutaneous fat, which is the fat underneath the skin. And they're also talking about visceral fat, that fat in the rectus abdominis region, or simply in your stomach or belly area. In order for your body to start burning its own body fat from its stomach area, your body needs to start pulling from its subcutaneous fat first. So maybe from your glutes, maybe from the back of your arms, maybe that back robe, etc. In order for that to even start happening, your body needs to release a hormone called HSL, which stands for hormone sensitive lipase. Okay? Now, your fat cells at a scientific level is called adipocytes. And adipocytes not only is just a fat cell, it can just store energy, but it can also tell other cells what to do with this energy. So when your body is under some form of stress, and once again, you can stress your body out from fasting, which is in a caloric deficit, or you can stress out your body from actually working out, then epinephrine or norepinephrine is being released into your body. This is going to allow your fat cells to release hormone sensitive lipase. And HSL allows the triglycerides or the fatty acids that is stored into the fat cell to be released into the system. But once again, if HSL is not being released, which means your body is not releasing any norepinephrine or epinephrine, or what we know as adrenaline, then your body is not going to be releasing a lot of fat. That's why you was taught all your life it is better for you to lose weight by working out along with nutrition versus just you doing nutrition alone. Because the norepinephrine or adrenaline is going to allow your body to release body fat. Once your body starts to release fat, it's in a triglyceride form. There's going to be 3 triglycerides to 1 glycerol. Your body is able to cleave off the glycerol backbone, use the glycerol to actually regulate your blood sugar. Your body can actually use that as a carb or hydrate. But the fatty acids are not released. But keep in mind, fat cells hate water. Right? And last time I checked, blood is basically water. So what your body's gonna do is actually attach it to a protein called albumin. And now the albumin can actually shuttle the fat cells to whatever muscle needs it. So let's say you're working out, let's say you're doing leg extensions or squats. If you're in a fasted state, and you didn't give your body any carbohydrates, then your body has to shuttle this fatty acids out so it can actually give the muscles that is working some energy. And we already know that the energy that your body likes to use is called ATP or adenosine triphosphate. Now keep in mind, this whole entire process when your body's burning body fat takes longer than if your body had carbs on hand. That's why people advocate for you to eat a meal before you work out, because now your body has the quick energy source. And because you got a quicker energy source, you get to push a little bit more heavier weight and you're not going to be dragging as much versus somebody who is working out on a fasted state and don't got as much energy. Because for your body to break down that fat and to liberate it and get this fat into the mitochondria, it takes about 20 minutes to 30 minutes more than if you just ate a banana or ate some oatmeal before you work out and now got instantaneous energy. But keep in mind, energy coming from carbs, when your mitochondria or the powerhouse of the cell actually creates energy from it, it can get about 32 ATP. But when your body's getting some fatty acids inside the mitochondria, it can actually create up to 112 to 113 ATP for the fat cell. So yes, you're getting more energy from fat, but if you want a quicker energy, let's say if you have a race, let's say you're about to do a triathlon, that's why people carb load the day before the race. okay? Because they got more quick energy on hand, which means they can exert a little bit faster on that last little lap or that last mile versus somebody who's just relying on their own body fat, all right? So that's why people who do keto, their blood sugar levels are still regulated, because that glycerol backbone from the triglycerides is allowing their blood sugar to be a little bit more regulated. And last but not least, in order for your body to use fat at all, your body has to have oxygen. So if you're doing any type of movement that's requiring a lot of huffing and puffing, let's say you're doing a high intensity interval training, let's say you're doing CrossFit, let's say you're doing sprints, and you start to huff and puff, that's an anaerobic exercise, which means without oxygen. Your body is unable to start tapping into its own body fat when you're doing that. Your body's preferred source is to use carbohydrates, or in this case, glycogen, which basically is a stored form of carbohydrates in the muscle. But if you are walking, let's say you're doing zone 2 cardio, and once again, zone 2 cardio is you're doing some cardio, you can still have a conversation with somebody right next to you or to your girlfriend on the phone, but you're still sweating, right? But you feel like you can do this for hours if you had to. That is zone 2 cardio. That is the preferred choice if you want your body to utilize majority fat for your workout. So if you're doing huffing and puffing, it's a little bit too hard. But if you're going too slow, you're not burning enough calories or enough fat. So you still want to push yourself, but just not enough to the point where you're starting to huff and puff and now you have to catch your breath. Once you start having to catch your breath, now it's an anaerobic exercise and your body wants to use glycogen. So now we know how your body burns body fat. So what is the protocol that I like to do personally so I can lose a quick about 10 to 15 pounds in a month? What I love to do is first thing in the morning, take a fat supplement pill. The pill itself is gonna have caffeine, which is gonna warm up your system, and then you're gonna have a little bit more energy to do a 60-minute cardio session. So once again, we're doing zone 2 cardio, which means you can do it for 5 hours, you just don't got the time to do it for 5 hours. I want you to get on the treadmill, incline 10, speed 3.0 to 3.2. And I want you to do that for a whole entire hour. And what I do not want you to do is hold on for dear life, hold on to the TV if you're on Planet Fitness and say, hey guys, I'm doing cardio. No, I don't want you to hold on to nothing. That way you're pumping your arms and that way you're actually burning a little bit more calories. Do not go slower than 3.0. And once again, speed 3.0 to 3.2, incline 10. If you got it in you, incline 15, speed 3.0. That's what I like to do. If you do that, because I'm burning a little bit more calories, I'm gonna get leaner a lot faster than somebody who's doing incline 10 because I'm exerting more energy, which means my body has to burn more fat. Have the fat supplement first and then do your cardio, okay? Now, if you're somebody who likes to lift weights like I like to do, what I do is I first lift weights and then I do my cardio. But if you're somebody who likes to lift weights a little bit later, then do your cardio first thing in the morning if you can, and then later during the day, lift your weights. So you never really want to go over 90 minutes of cardio because once again, the whole purpose of this is us to get lean, not skinny. And I want you to still be able to have the energy to prioritize lifting weights because the lifting weights is going to give your muscles the stimulus necessary for you to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. Keep in mind, 83% of your metabolism is contingent upon how much muscle mass you have. So the more muscle you have, the more you can eat. The more muscle you have, the less cardio you have to do when it's all said and done. Now your body's working with you versus against you. So after you do your weightlifting session, you always follow it with cardio, never the other way around. Make sure you are eating enough protein. A lot of women have problems eating a lot of protein. Why? Because a lot of women don't like protein. And y'all was taught that it's not womanly for you to eat a lot of protein. But you need to eat as much protein as possible, closer to 1 gram of protein per body weight, because that's going to allow your body to maintain your heart on curves. And just remember, the less protein you have, the less signal you're giving to your body to keep these muscles. Your body does not want muscle because your body's muscle is too metabolically active. So if you're not giving your body enough protein, your body's not going to keep it. That's why we all was taught at one point in time, if you don't use it, you lose it, you know? But not only that, if you're lifting weights, which means you're trying to maintain or even gain muscle, if you're not giving your body enough raw materials coming from protein or amino acids, your body cannot build muscle. That's like if you have 1,000 carpenters, but you only have enough materials for 100 carpenters to work. Even though you got 900 carpenters sitting, because you're not giving these 900 carpenters the materials necessary to work, only 100 carpenters can work. That's like the equivalent of somebody only eating 50 grams of protein a day, you only ate 3 eggs and a hamburger or a fillet of salmon. You're not eating enough protein. So I would love for you to shoot for at least 100 grams of protein at least, baseline, a day. And 100 grams of protein is not a lot. That's a double cheeseburger and 1 protein shake, okay, with 2 scoops. So get as much protein in as possible. We're not saying you have to be a carnivore. You just need to prioritize protein, which means that you have about 30 to 40 grams of protein with every single meal. That is not a lot. That is 1 fillet of salmon, that is about 1 chicken breast, and that is 1 hamburger patty per meal, okay? So last but not least, you need to get adequate amount of sleep. I want you to focus on getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because when you're asleep, your body's gonna release a hormone called HGH, and that is the anti-aging hormone. That is the hormone that allows your body to shuttle the proteins and amino acids into the cell, and it also allows your body to liberate a little bit more body fat, and it also allows you to recover, which means what? Feel good enough to continue your weight loss journey. But keep in mind, every single day we don't get an adequate amount of sleep. Those are the days when you're like,
I don't feel like going to the gym.
And those are the days when you're like,
You know what? Starbucks is calling my name. Let me get my banana nut bread.
You're making choices that is not like you, or choices that is not appropriate for your goal, but that's because your glucose levels is out of whack because you're not getting adequate amount of sleep. Hopefully y'all learned something today. Once again, the absolute best thing you can do for you to start losing fat, make sure you're doing some form of cardio about 60 to 90 minutes, if not every day, every other day. Make sure you're still prioritizing lifting weights. And always do cardio after a lifting weight session, never before, unless you're somebody who lifts weights a little bit later. Make sure you're eating in caloric deficit, and the best way for you to make sure you're eating in caloric deficit without tracking your food is make sure you're getting an adequate amount of protein, at least 1 gram, if not close to 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if you're a 180-pound woman, you want to have at least 150 grams of protein. And last but not least, make sure you are getting enough sleep. That way your hormones can be regulated, and that way your body's working with you versus against you. Cool? You don't need any pill, you don't need any supplement. Just start using that at the tail end when you need that extra push, and you're noticing that your energy levels are waning because you are cutting calories, okay? That's your reset tip of the day that's gonna help you stay snatched all the time, known as summertime. Talk to you soon.